10 cities you should never set foot in the world. You know that weird sense of fear you get when watching a horror movie? That's the same feeling we get when thinking about stepping into one of these dangerous cities. There are some places on this earth that are so sinister and evil, you wouldn't dare venture there unless you want to risk your life. These locations are often associated with witchcraft, satanic rituals, and general creepiness. These terrifying places are so notorious for their wicked reputation that in most cases, locals will not even disclose their location to outsiders. The dangers lurking in these urban centers are so great that they have become known as dangerous cities by locals and travelers alike. Some of these places have been abandoned due to natural disasters such as volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, while others were left deserted due to being built on cursed lands or because of the evil deeds performed by its inhabitants. 10. Port-au-Prince, Haiti. After the 2010 Haiti earthquake, this Caribbean city was left in ruins. Port-au-Prince was once the most important city in the region, due to its strategic location on the island's coastline, but it is now known for being the most dangerous city in the world. Most of the buildings in this city are dilapidated, and were destroyed by the earthquake. In fact, the National Palace and the Presidential Palace were completely destroyed. Around 7% of the population has access to clean drinking water, and most residents are unemployed. Due to the lack of security, tourists rarely visit the city. Those who do visit the city should never walk the streets alone. 9. Varangian, Iran. Varangian is considered to be one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Located in Iran, this city is believed to be cursed due to the witchcraft practiced by its inhabitants. Varangian is located near a river, which is a source of contention between the city and the nearby villagers who want to use the water for irrigation. Varangian's residents are very superstitious, and they believe that the nearby villagers are trying to get their village and the river water to be cursed. Varangian is also at risk of flooding due to a nearby dam. If the dam breaks, Varangian will be completely flooded. The residents of Varangian are so afraid of being flooded that they do not build any houses near the river. 8. Kabul, Afghanistan. Kabul is a city in Afghanistan located near the Hindu Kush Mountains. Kabul was once a very popular city for tourists, but since the start of the war in 2001, tourism has decreased significantly. Exotic and beautiful, Kabul is home to many historical sites. Tourists who visit the city can visit the Bayqan Palace, the National Museum of Afghanistan, and the Darul Aadar Mosque. Although Kabul is a very beautiful city, it is also very dangerous, especially at night when there is an increased risk of being attacked by local bandits. 7. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Located in Brazil, Sao Paulo is considered to be one of the most dangerous cities in the world. Sao Paulo has some of the highest crime rates in the world, and it is one of the few cities where being a tourist is actually more dangerous than being a local resident. There are many gangs and corrupt police officers who are believed to be involved in the drug trade and human trafficking. If you visit this city, you should never walk the streets alone, and you should try to avoid contact with local gangs whenever possible. 6. Mogadishu, Somalia. Mogadishu is a city in Somalia that is frequently associated with terrorism and piracy. However, it is the lack of security in the city that makes it one of the most dangerous places in the world. Since the Somali civil war in the early 1990s, Mogadishu has not seen peace. The city is currently controlled by terrorist groups, including Al-Shabaab and Hizbul Islam. These terrorist groups are responsible for the deaths of thousands of innocent people, and have made the city too dangerous for tourists and visitors. The city's residents live in extreme poverty, and there is a very high rate of infant mortality. 5. Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Port Harcourt is the capital of Rivers State, in southern Nigeria. The city is very beautiful and is home to many Nigerian celebrities. The city is surrounded by lush vegetation and is very close to the river. However, Port Harcourt is one of the most dangerous cities in the world. It is common for people in Port Harcourt to be robbed on the streets, and there are many killings at the hands of local gangs. Since the oil industry boomed in Nigeria, Port Harcourt has become a very dangerous place. Most of the people who work in the oil industry do not live in Port Harcourt, and they try to avoid spending time in the city as much as possible. The locals are very poor and are often forced to rob or steal to survive. 4. San Luis del Cordero, Mexico. San Luis del Cordero is a small city in Mexico located near the Sultepec River. The city is very beautiful, but it is one of the most dangerous places in the world, due to its high rate of criminal activity. Even though the city is located near a river, the water is contaminated with sewage, and there is no fresh water for the residents. There are two gangs that control the city, Los Halcones and Los Venenosos, which are always in conflict with each other. 3. Kigali, Rwanda. Kigali is the capital of Rwanda, and has been described as a very beautiful place, with a very ugly past. The Rwandan genocide, which took place from April to July 1994, changed the perception of this city forever. The genocide was a very brutal event. In 3 months, more than 800,000 Rwandans were killed. Rwanda government is still haunted by these events, and they have placed many restrictions on visitors. 2. Varadero, Cuba. Varadero is a small town in Cuba that was once a popular tourist attraction. There are many beautiful beaches in Varadero, and the waters are very clear and blue. However, in the 1990s a series of shark attacks occurred in the waters near Varadero. Tourists became very afraid and avoided the city. Since then, the government has spent a lot of money trying to attract tourists back to Varadero, but with little success. 1. Maiduguri, Nigeria. Maiduguri is the capital of Borno State in northern Nigeria. The city is very beautiful, but it is also very dangerous. The city is often associated with the terrorist group Boko Haram. The group was originally created to fight for the rights of farmers, but it has since become a violent organization. There are many areas in Maiduguri that are considered dangerous. Visitors should avoid going to these areas, and should try to avoid being outside after dark. Are you planning on traveling in the near future? If so, you may have noticed that there are some places you should never visit. These cities are so notorious for their wicked reputation that in most cases, locals will not even disclose their location to outsiders. The dangers lurking in these urban centers are so great that they have become known as dangerous cities by locals and travelers alike. If you are planning on traveling, it is important to know which cities to avoid. These cities are filled with danger and are not recommended for tourists. If you love this type of videos, please subscribe to our channel, like and share this video with your friends, then hit the notification bell. That way you won't miss any of our future videos. Thank you.